Welcome to Author Adjacent's 100th episode live stream. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have three wonderful guests, three previous guests, but also three podcasters that I really appreciate you guys all coming on. Let's pass it around the horn. I'm gonna start actually with Philip, because Philip, you look like you have a fresh haircut and a really nice jacket. Please start with yourself.
Well, actually, you're the one who brought the vest and the tie today, Michael. So looking good, looking good.
Snazzy.
Appreciate it.
Very snazzy. Celebrate 100. That was good. I like that. I like that.
That was a really good one.
That was a good one. Congratulations, man. This is a really wonderful thing to be here for, to be celebrating. You do wonderful
Thank
things
you.
with your
Thank you.
channel, and I appreciate you. And I've really enjoyed our conversations, and it's great to see somebody who's making big efforts to be a meaningful part of the community. That's really something I admire and I respect. So kudos to you, and congratulations on the release of your book. And I know there's going to be many more to come, so lots to celebrate here today.
I really appreciate that. And if you could just take a moment for the people who might not know who you are, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, introduce yourself and your show. I
Let me
appreciate
share
you
as
gassing
well,
me up, and I feel great.
Philip Chase, the best of fantasy. There's a story behind that, but and I'm also the author of the Adan trilogy and its sequel, While Darkness Gathers. And I love talking about fantasy with nice people like these three. So.
Thank you, Philip. I also really appreciate your show. All of you guys have had a strong influence on what Author Adjacent is and how it came to be what it is. I've learned a lot from all of you guys, and I really appreciate that. Nicholas, why don't you take the horn next?
Well, hello. I'm Nicholas W. Fuller. I am the main host of Nerdy Nebula podcast. I bring in some friends to co-host sometimes. Notably ZB Steele and Jeff Brown. Some other folks definitely know those names. Had Mr. Michael Vadney on the show. Have had MJ Kuhn on the show. Haven't had Dr. Philip Chase on yet, so we're going to have to fix that sometime,
Definitely.
But yeah, another show where I talk nerdy stuff. I wrote this lovely book, Shattered, that you can get on my website, nicholaswfuller.com. And very happy to be here celebrating Mr. Vadney's 100th episode. Whoop, whoop. I feel like maybe I'm underdressed, but that's okay.
I know, right? I missed the memo.
Yeah. No, congratulations, Michael. Big year for you, hitting that 100, putting out the debut, doing big things, man. Well done.
Appreciate it, man. It's been an interesting road to get here, and I'm very grateful to be so. MJ, why don't you round us off?
Hello, I'm MJ Kuhn. I am one of the co-hosts of the SFF Addicts podcast over on FanFi Addict for the YouTube channel, for the YouTube crowd. That's where you'll find us. Also, the author of this lovely book that just came out this year, Cultist Protocol. And then this is kind of fun. This is my bedazzled copy of Amongst Us.
Ooh.
Nice.
I bedazzled it myself, so it's not like a flex.
I mean, it's still cool.
It's still cool.
It's really fun. If you want something fun to do, bedazzle your own book. It's fun. But yes, super excited that you invited me to be here, Michael. I'm so excited for you. I love Author Adjacent. I love what you're doing with the show, and massive accomplishment to reach 100 episodes. I should have looked up the stats. It's got to be a tiny percentage of podcasts that actually hit the triple digi mark. It's a lot of work to maintain a podcast for that long. So super props.
The full hundo.
The full hundo.
I remember talking to someone when I was around 50 or 60 episodes. It may have been Adrian, where it's just when you hit 100 episodes, that's when people know okay, you're gonna stay. You're not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
We can now start getting invested.
This is my day job stuff, but there's a marketing guru who is pretty well known, who will come on any marketing podcast. It doesn't matter if you have 2 subscribers. If you've hit 100 episodes, he'll come on because you've shown you're dedicated and you're doing this. You know what I mean? So yeah, I always think about that as such a milestone.
Nice. I do like that.
So should Michael get that guy on?
Yeah.
Get the marketing for books.
Hey, let's figure out how to market your books.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Maybe.
I hit 100.
Yeah.
You should be knocking on my door.
Right? Excuse
Like,
you.
yeah, what strategies do you have for a product with like a $2 profit margin? Go.
Yes. I do want to take a moment. I don't have a lot of like chat access control as we were talking about through the platform that we're doing here, but I do have on another screen the YouTube chat. So I do want to thank some people that are in the room right now. Ryan Skeffington, thank you so much for coming on the show. Another double, almost triple booked guest. I'm not really sure. He's been on here a few times. We got Josh from Already Overbooked. Really appreciate you coming on the show. Oh God, we have a few people in there. Oh, my buddy Hamster, really appreciate it, man. He is one of the beta readers for Crownfall. Actually, I had to bribe him and one of my other friends with a deck of Magic the Gathering cards, but it worked, and I got good feedback out of it, so I'm
Great
very okay with
investments
it.
all around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty solid
And
drive.
we also got Brandon in here. Oh, we got Joe Byrne as well. We got several
Hey.
people in here. Thank you all so much for coming and being part of this, the first time live stream over on Author Adjacent. And as I've publicly said before, the first time I do anything, I'm super nervous and scared. So we're going to do great, and it's going to be a good time. And thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
We
I
hit
really
the big
appreciate
red
it.
button and it went to live. That's like 50% of the hard part about going live.
Yeah. If everyone can hear us, then like
Yeah.
everything
The other
else
hard
is fine.
part is
Yeah.
at the end where you hit the stop
Yeah.
button and we all sit like this for like
Yeah.
a good 4 to 10 seconds.
Yes, I've
their
been on a
smooth
few
sailing.
of those where you just have to smile and wave,
Yeah.
boys. Just smile and wave.
I like the beauty queen wave
Yeah, the
there.
little
Very
queen
nice.
wave.
Very nice.
There we go. We'll get there at the end, I promise.
All right. Got it
but yeah.
locked in.
I'm all dressed up because like I like having any occasion to, and 100th episode seems appropriate. I was telling MJ before we got started that this is the only shirt that I have in author adjacent colors, so it's the closest I get. We'll make it work.
Love
And
it.
there was no memo. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right.
No
Schlepping
shame,
it
I
in my
promise.
t-shirt. All right.
All right,
like,
we're
fine.
the,
Don't
we're
worry.
the casual
below
side of the house.
below the
Right.
waist, we're actually just wearing sweatpants.
Okay.
I don't even have shoes on. I mean, come on.
Full Hobbit mode. I like it. I
Love
like
it.
it.
10 out of 10. Yeah, the vest and no shoes combo.
Yep.
Ah,
yep.
that I
Gone-
just need to roll up
Gone
my pants.
full
Yeah,
Barry.
About to steal some carrots up in this bitch, right?
Hell yeah.
Oh, and Ryan, he's like, y'all are wearing pants? I'm like, yes. At least some of us are. Well,
Wouldn't you like to know?
yes.
Yay,
wow.
lives.
This is going swimmingly so far. I'm very proud of us.
Yeah.
We have no technical difficulties at the moment yet.
Yeah.
But something I did actually really want to ask everybody here, because like I said, everyone here is both an author and a podcaster with their own show. And what was the first thing that really pulled each of you into podcasting? Nicholas, I would like to start with you on this one.
Good question. Like, I think that, like, I wish that I could point to like a moment and be like, well, this was the moment, you know? But it wasn't like exactly that. I think that I was just watching some of it at the time, right? I think I was watching Adrian's show. I was also watching a little bit of the sort of defunct Wizards, Warriors, and Words with Jed Hearn, Rob J. Hayes,
Yeah.
Dirk Ashton, Michael Fletcher.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fun show, and I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the vibe and whatnot. And, you know, they would occasionally have a guest on. And I did like 1 or 2 interviews, and I was like, this is actually a blast. I enjoy a lot more doing the conversation than just making content myself, you know, and just talking to the camera. So, yeah, just kind of hit the ground running, and all of a sudden found that people are willing to talk with me, and I get to talk with people way cooler than I am, you know? So it was a great way to, you know, connect with people. And like, I've like, you know, talked with quite a few people from all over the world, and a bunch of Australians, a bunch of Canadians, like some Egyptian guy, a guy in Portugal, like amazing. I would have never otherwise had the opportunity to talk with these folks and talk about the books we're writing, the books we love. And like, so yeah, once I kind of started with it, it was just like a new love, you know?
Yeah, the connections you can make are
Yeah.
really unreal with all this, and I definitely have to agree. Like, I do some episodes, especially early on. I was doing a lot of episodes where it's just me talking into the camera, going, "Hey, I'm Mike Vadney. I have things to say."
Yeah,
But
right.
once I got into interviews, it was just I never looked back. Very
Yeah.
rarely do I one of those now. It's just so fun to talk with people and
Yeah.
just get in there and be like, "Hey, you like books. I like books. Let's hammer this out for whatever time we have together." And that's
Right.
always really fun. MJ, what about yourself? What got you into podcasting? Because you joined SFF Addicts with Adrian. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say my answer is really easy. What got me into podcasting? Adrian. Like, I was a guest on SFF Addicts, and then like he DM'd me I think the same day, like right after we finished recording, and was like, "Hey, I've been thinking about bringing on a co-host." And clearly, I'm just so sparkling and lovely. Clearly, I must have her as my co-host. But no, and he was like, "Hey, whatever. I feel like whatever. We vibe well together. Would you like to join?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? Like, let's do it." But I totally agree with Nick's take too. It's you get to meet people from like places in the world that you don't have the opportunity to go to unless you like whatever, unless I sell an awful lot more copies of Killswitch Protocol. But also just you can talk to people who are so successful. What's success? But like have so much experience and
Yeah.
such a depth of knowledge and whatever in this field that we are also passionate about, and they will agree to talk to you simply by the nature of the fact that there is a camera in the mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
And
a
it's being
s-
distributed. Like, I can't ask questions of the duo that makes up James S.A. Corey. I can't call them, but I can ask them questions if we're on SFF Addicts. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Or if you're on stage at Worldcon, you can ask some cool people questions.
Yeah, just a
So,
couple people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have heard of such an event. It was awesome. Very awesome.
Right.
Philip, what about yourself? What got you into starting your podcast? Because I think out of all of us, I think you've been doing yours the longest out of the four of us.
Huh. Yeah, I think I'm kind of the weirdo here. But I started writing creatively in 2004, and that was a couple years after I finished my PhD and got a job. That was always the plan. I needed a day job in order to like pay the bills and feed my family and all that.
Yeah.
And writing was always what I really wanted to do, of course. So I actually started doing it, creative writing, a couple of years after I felt like I was stable enough there, and worked at it, and then that was, by the way, before even YouTube was around. 2004 was,
Wow.
and then I eventually started to teach a course at my college on fantasy novels, which I loved. It was great. I had wonderful students. But due to various administrative decisions and state level decisions, a lot of literature courses just got cut. They took away a lot of our courses, and
Boo.
it became no longer possible for that course to even run. So my course essentially was dying, and I knew it. And I was trying to save my course, and I thought, what can I do that's different, that's snazzy, that might get the more students into the course, even though they can't put it anywhere in their curriculum. So I thought, let me start a YouTube channel on fantasy novels, because I love talking about it with my students. I could do the same thing online. Maybe somebody would watch. I don't know. So that's what I did. Actually, I initially started a channel to be a supplement to my course. Well, the course died, but I'm still doing the channel, and it's been such a joy. It's been so great to talk with other, like you guys have been saying. You all said it so well. When you meet other people who are passionate about this literature, about these stories, and you get to talk with them and explore these stories and learn things from other people. Every time I'm in a discussion with other people, I'm always learning, and I'm a lifelong learner. That's why I'm in education. I love learning. So being in discussions is my favorite thing, and very kind people on this on YouTube stumbled on my videos early on, and were very, very sweet to share my videos with their followers and invited me to conversations. And I thought, yeah, this is what I want to do. It's something that I try to do myself to this day.
No, I love that.
that.
I had no idea that it started as part of like your teaching curriculum.
I think
Yep.
that's so cool.
I did not know anything about BookTube. I didn't know who Daniel Green was or Murphy Napier or any. I didn't know any of it. I just went into it cold. I didn't know what a TBR was or a tag video. I had no idea what all this stuff was. So
Yeah.
You
So-
just stumbled in and became awesome.
Right.
the stumbling part, yes. I don't know about the rest. Yeah.
That's a pretty awesome origin story, though. Michael, what's your author adjacent origin story?
Yeah. We gotta have that.
So my author adjacent was very intentionally started because I knew someday I wanted to be a professional author. Like that is my goal. I've not been shy about that or secretive. Is my goal is to someday I would like to be a full-time creative, whatever that means. That is the long term what I'm aiming for. And when I was first getting into admitting to myself that one, I wanted to be an author, and two, that I was willing to chase this dream, I was just doing a lot of research on like, okay, how do you do that realistically? Like, because there's a lot of business as well as a lot of art that you have to think about. You have to learn the art, you have to learn the craft, and I did a lot of things to get better at writing and figure out how to put a story together. But I also did a lot of research into how to do the business side of it. And what I was finding, what a lot of people were giving advice about between like Daniel Green and Brandon Sanderson and all these people, they're like, you need to build a platform. You need to know, people need to know that you exist, especially if you're going indie. And one of the easiest ways, well, easiest ways to do that is to make a podcast, and you can just start talking about books, start talking about the things that you've learned with writing and the things you've been reading. And that's what I started doing. The name author adjacent actually came from a conversation with my wife. We were walking our dogs in the morning, and I have a big habit of saying like, I can't think of the words, but it's this adjacent. And I do that all the time because sometimes I have a perfect word in my brain, but I can't remember what it is. So it's this adjacent. And then she suggested author adjacent. And I'm like, that's perfect. Because at the time, I didn't feel like an author. I'm still learning. I still have no idea what I'm doing. And I kind of just ran with it. And as I did it more and more, I was like, oh, this is one, really fun. Two, I finally get to use my broadcast degree because I've never done anything career-wise with it. And then three, I just found that like it opened way more doors than I expected. Like the most like I have a lot of fun talking with everybody. That is my favorite part of it. Is just talking books with people. But I was really surprised of how much it opened doors for like, oh, I now know these people and I can just reach out and talk to them if I have a question. Like, that's how I met Adrian, MJ, Nicholas, Philip. That's how I met all of you guys. And so many more people, multiple people in the chat was through this. Either people reaching out to me to be on the show or me reaching out to other people going like, hey, this is cool. I don't know how you did this. I would like to try to do something similar. Can I ask you questions about it? Can you come on my show so I can do that? And it's just wild how many like friendships have blossomed out of this show, and now we're here at 100 episodes, and I'm stoked. Like I can't believe we've gone this far, and we still have so much farther to go.
Yay.
Amazing.
Yep.
What would you say, like, okay, so in the process of like you're starting as like mostly talking at camera, mostly doing solo, and then transitioning into the interview piece, like, I don't know, if someone in the chat was gonna start their own podcast, like what was it that made you like listen to your gut there? You know what I mean? Like, was there an indicator that you wanted to switch gears? Like, what was that intuition?
Oh, that was 100% from talking to Adrian.
Okay.
So
it's
yeah.
Adrian for you too.
It's all his fault. Yeah, like he's definitely been a big influence on the show. So I was doing the episodes where I would learn about story structure. So I'd do an episode about story structure. I'd learn about tropes. So I'd do an episode about tropes. And I was just doing this like very feeding the engine as it needed the fuel immediately. And I had done a review of Mushroom Blues, and that's how kind of him and I got on each other's radar and started talking to each other. Nice. And I knew that he had the podcast with you guys, so I started asking him about like what you guys do and how your guys' setup worked, because doing a podcast is very overwhelming at first, and when you're still learning how to do everything, it's just like, man, this takes up a lot of time. How do you get to the writing? How do you get to the other stuff? And one of the things that came out from that conversation with him is like, we focus on interviews. And the great thing about that is you come up with some questions and then you just have fun talking to someone. You record that and that's your episode. It takes a lot less prep. It's easier to record. It's a lot less stress. And you just get to have fun talking with people who have similar interests. They like books. You like books. It's usually fantasy, sci-fi, and romance, which are the things that I love. So perfect. And that was a big influence on me. And then from that conversation, I reached out to CM Kaplan, Connor, and I was like, hey, I've never done this before. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I would love to start doing interviews. Will you please be my first guest? And Connor was an amazing first guest. I really appreciate it. He was very gracious with technical difficulties that we were working through, and he was, and he's been immensely helpful for that. And then after that, I interviewed Adrian, and I think MJ, you were my third interviewer. I'm pretty sure, and that was back when it was just audio only. I didn't even have video yet.
Yeah, well, that's when we recorded again this year. You were like, oh, yeah, I had you on. And I was like, I've been on before. Like, I knew that I knew you. Like, we're just friends. And I was like, oh, my God, that's right. It was audio only. You know what I mean? It's just a different, I don't know.
And then she really wasn't wearing pants.
Right. Yeah, see? Then you'll never know.
Yeah, right.
There was no dress code. Everyone was decent. That's all I can say.
No tie. No.
No tie. That was it. Yeah.
I had no handkerchief.
Yeah. Right. That's funny. What I got one for you, Michael. What's like
hit me.
your thinking back now? What's sort of your like funniest technical difficulty story?
Ooh,
Oh my God.
The rest
this is
of you are
actually
like, oh, yeah.
this is actually really recent. It's an episode that hasn't come out yet. And it was the most ridiculous technical difficulties that we were continuously having. I started doing panel discussions, much like this one, and the latest one that I've recorded that will be coming out at the end of this month, we were riddled with technical difficulties. With two of my guests kept cutting out, and every time they cut back in, it creates a new track within Riverside, because that's how it records.
Yeah.
And it was just keeping a good attitude and just being like, hey guys, appreciate y'all's patience. We'll get through this. Thank you so much. And it was a lot of just being like, let's just roll with it. He'll be back in a second. I'll fix this in post. Don't worry about it. Let's just make the best use of it as we can. But it was easily the most technically difficult interview I've done so far. And I finished the editing of it this morning, actually.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, it actually turned out pretty good. I had to get a little creative. With some of the editing to make it seamless through, and to make it so that when someone is talking, at least there's a picture of them or something.
Yeah.
But it worked out, and it kind of just like really emphasized the whole idea of like, hey man, just keep good attitude. Doesn't matter how bad things happen. Like, I know I'm a ball of anxiety, but at the same time, I'm overwhelmingly positive about things, and it usually works out.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was going to say, having edited that episode and having it, it does all turn out. That's probably going to make you feel a lot less anxious when, you know, the technical stuff does crop up inevitably in the future, which is good.
That is definitely hope. What about you guys? I am very curious, since all of you guys have had these shows for a while. Like, what is the episode that you're probably like the most proud of? Philip, I would like to start with you on this one, actually.
Wow. I think the one that comes to mind is there was an occasion where Stephen Erickson, the author of the Malazan Book of the Fallen, just kind of in an offhand comment had said something about, wouldn't it be cool if you could, because he knows my specialty is Old English. So he was like, it'd be really cool if someone would translate the epigraph poem that begins the Malazan Book of the Fallen into Old English. And I thought, I'll do that.
Challenge accepted. Nice.
So I went about this project of translating this poem into Old English, and it turned into really a really fun and time-consuming but really fun thing. And I even consulted with an Old English specialist at Princeton, and just went to town on it. I wanted to make sure it was really good because it's Stephen Erickson, and then I had a discussion with him, invited him to have a chat with me about the poem, which turned into this really, for me anyway, wonderful discussion of the themes of the Malazan Book of the Fallen as they were being set up in this poem, which we read in my Old English translation, read it over in the original, and we just had a really fun discussion. And he is my favorite author of all time as well, so that's probably another reason why this came to mind. But it was such a wonderful, I mean, when you translate something, you do come to understand it pretty intimately. So that was a fun thing. And I do love poetry as well. I think it's a concentrated form of wordplay, and there's just so much more meaning that you can delve into when it's a poem. There's so many nuances and possibilities. And so, yeah, it was just a really fun time. Showing him the poem and going over it, everything, and that probably is the one. Although I've been so lucky to be in so many conversations with so many wonderful people. So, but that is what sprang to mind when you asked me. So yeah,
that's a really good one. I like that.
That's
cool. Really cool that you can pull your other like creative endeavors into this. Like, there's so much overlap.
Yeah,
it's always
For
a
me,
really good time.
I can't separate my passion for teaching literature from what I do on YouTube, from my own writing. These things are all one and the same for me. They all spring from the same place. So, yeah.
Well, especially since the origin story of the YouTube, you know what I mean? It's all very
Yeah.
connected, which is so cool. Like, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, I love that. What
I
about
want
you,
to hear
MJ?
other people's. Yeah, what about the others? Yeah.
Yeah, what's your proudest episode, MJ? I have a
mean,
guess.
That's an easy answer for the proudest one, but I also have a funniest technical issue.
Yeah.
If
it is for both.
My proudest one is the Worldcon.
Of course.
You know, we got George R. R. Martin, Robin Hobb, Brandon Sanderson, Ryan Cahill, Rebecca Roanhorse, all on stage at the same time. Like, did I eat a single thing that day beforehand? I did not. It was the little nerve skis. She was a
I
little.
was say for fear of nausea or just forgot.
Couldn't handle existence. It was fine.
You did great.
That did not
No,
come
great.
through on stage.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, and also, I guess, this is also kind of a technical thing, because where I was sitting on the stage, like my side of the stage, we couldn't hear the George and Robin. Like,
oh, really?
They sounded like, like that's what they sounded like for us. So, like, I'm sitting there, like, trying to follow the conversation. Yeah. So I got to hear their answers for the first time when I watched the playback. But no, actually, my funniest technical issue was with actually Ryan Cahill when we had him on the Fanfatic Book Club. The whole episode, there was like a 3-second delay. He was recording in rural Ireland somewhere. Like, he was like not at his normal home. He's like openly was like, yeah, I'm like recording in a shed outside my parents' house or wherever he was. And so like his internet connection was terrible. And so trying, to your point, Michael, trying to edit that episode, because my co-host and I for that just kept stepping on everything he said because we thought he was done talking because it was quiet. And then he was still talking, and then because it was such a lag the whole time, and we got it. It was, and thankfully, like, Ryan's a friend, so you know what I mean. It was okay. It was, you know, not like he thought we were rude or whatever. We were just like, yo, our connection sucks. It's never a dull moment in the world of podcasting, man.
Yeah,
Right.
I've had a very similar episode where it's that constant 3-second delay, and you're just like, I don't know if you're done talking, but I'm gonna try.
And so then it's just, you leave really long, awkward gaps is what we started doing, where it's like, okay, he's actually done talking.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to wait it out. What about you, Nicholas? Let's go with both now at this point.
Yeah.
Technical difficulty and proudest episode.
I feel like UK and their connections are, I don't know what it is, but somehow connecting over. Like, I feel like
Nick's throwing
Australia.
shade.
Right, what, right? Like, so I feel like Australia sometimes I get like a smoother call than some people in the UK. But, all right, to the technical difficulty point. Hands up if you ever started a video or like a short or anything and you were muted.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Right. MJ never muted. MJ's never muted, I guess. But
I'm a yapper.
yeah.
I
If she
also work
can't-
100% remote for my day job, so
Yeah.
like I'm very accustomed to that. Bob, you're on mute.
Yeah.
Move.
Yep. Man, no,
Yeah.
I've like recorded entire shorts for social media and then been like, well, that didn't work at all because I was muted the whole time. Yay! You know? Yep. Yeah, so I guess technical difficulty. There was one where I was having. This was one of my very first ones, and I was talking with Mary Robinette Koala, and I didn't have like a proper camera. I was using my phone as a webcam, which, by the way, if you want to start doing this, that's a great hack. It works really well.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Say
Except
that's what
for-
Adrian
I
does
still
too.
use mine.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? But that particular time I was having some issues with the little program I was using, and like I think I was also getting a call.
Oh no.
Right? And I was like, motherfucker.
That's
She
always
just-
been my
This is
concern.
not
Where
the
I've never
time.
used my
Right.
phone because I'm
Right.
always like, okay, what if like I don't know,
Yeah.
this is when the group chat decides to pop
Right,
off,
right.
like, and then my whole video is just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do
No.
not disturb mode right
You mean
before
people
every
actually
interview.
call you on your phone?
Right. My friends are trained. They don't call me. Send a
They don't call
text,
me.
you know? Yeah. Right? Message me on Discord. Don't call me. What are you doing? I'm not a boomer. No.
Aw. Throwing shade everywhere.
So that was a technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Whatever word that I just said. The
I
one
think we
that I was
translated.
most proud of was actually also around the same time. One of my first ones, I talked to Travis Baldry, and that was a great conversation, and I felt good that I was able to do that early on when I was a little bit new. I did feel like a little bit starstruck, but then also I spent an absurd amount of time on the edit of that one. So, and it's nothing special. It's just like cuts and whatever. But anyway, like, yeah. So that one turned out good, and I think I did like all right, and we had a good conversation, and like, I felt good about the editing I did. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Love
That's a
it.
good one.
Nice. Michael, what about you? What's your
my-
proudest episode?
My proudest episode?
Yeah, or the episode you're proudest of.
I'm pretty proud of this one right now, I'm not gonna lie.
That is the correct answer.
answer.
Yeah.
That was a test and you passed.
Well done.
Yes. No, I've had a lot of like really good conversations. Like I've
Yeah.
learned a lot from a lot of different people. Like honestly, all three of y'all's are really good. I know I'm not just blowing smoke, but like the AI discussion I had with Philip was really good. I liked that one a lot. Nicholas, I liked our interview a lot too because we were talking a lot about podcasting. And MJ, talking to you about traditional publishing and like that switch and everything was also huge for me. Just like I learned so much from every single interview. I don't think I've very often, maybe like very rarely, I will walk away from an interview and just be like, okay. But most of them, I'm just like, man, I learned a lot. And that was really cool. And I really enjoyed it. And like, it's the thing that keeps me coming back to do this. But like huge highlights would definitely be like this one, talking about the 10 drafts that I did for Crownfall. I know that's not an interview, but I really enjoyed just talking about how that happened. And I think also just like having the opportunity to like just do the quick little shorts of just like, hey, here's this little snippet of like something that's going on in my writerly life. It's not worth a full episode, but I wanted to share it. And I love the response that I get from those because they're always just like, hey, I'm trying narration and this is how it's going. Or, hey, my book is off to editing and I don't know how I feel about it right now because my baby's away from me. And it's just like things like that where I just get to share these quiet little moments that people just get to take a part of and see like all the little steps that it comes to writing a book and becoming an author and everything that it goes into trying to do this creative business. There's just so many little things that come together that I'm just like, yeah, I like this. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I love it when people respond to those things. Like I remember
Mm-hmm.
when I announced on a video in 2023 that I was going to be publishing my books. And I didn't think it would be a big deal or anything, but a lot of people who had been following the channel just were incredibly supportive and left
Yeah.
the most lovely comments. I was actually in tears, because people were just so sweet and kind. And I was like, wow, I think I found my tribe here, and there's
Yeah.
just it's really, and you got lovely people in your chat right now.
Yep.
PL Stewart just showed up, and
I
there's
just saw that.
all kinds of really lovely people out there just saying congrats to you. That's really something, and you realize that there's kindness out there in the world, and that people are supportive, especially other authors. There's Adam as well, and quite a few other people in here who are authors that you've interacted with, who are rooting for you. So that's just wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, some call outs that I didn't get earlier. PL Stewart is now here. We also have Adam Bassett, David Hopkins, a local author here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. We also got Wills in here as well. Yeah, we got a lot of great people. And you're absolutely right. Like, I don't really care about the views. I don't really care about the likes. I really like the comments. The comments just like make my day. Just that interaction that we get to do with the book community, because most of us are very isolated within our regular lives,
Yeah.
that we don't have like 30 book people we can just go and talk to and just be like, did you read that book? That cool thing just happened. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I know. I
Right.
think I know like 2 book people in my real life. You know what I mean? Like I have friends that read, but like not like
Not necessarily the same
not
thing
to
that
the
you
same
read
level
too.
of like a sickness that we have, It's a different level.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right.
We've
It's-
admitted
It's an
it,
addiction.
and
It's an addiction.
we accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. All right, buddy. I got one for you.
Oh God.
You mentioned early on that you started this whole thing because you wanted to build this creative career, right?
Yes.
And in addition to putting out your debut and you started like outlining your next book, but you're also starting to get into some audiobook narration.
I am.
You want to tell us how that's going?
Yeah, I'm very curious about that.
It's slow. Like it is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be.
Painstaking.
That's
Well,
fair.
it's a combination of things. At the beginning of this month, I put out a short, and I put a very aggressive timeline on myself because I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, sure.
And I said by the end of August, I think I'm gonna try to have most of, if not all, of Crown Falls First Pass recorded. Guys, it is August 17th, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm still gonna start from the beginning again, because so much of it is just like I'm learning. I'm recording chapters, and then I listen to that chapter, and then I watch a YouTube video, or I listen to Travis Baldry on his Discord. Thank you, Nicholas, for telling me about that. And I like, it's so much. It's a lot like when I first started writing, actually.
Yeah.
Where I'll write something, I'll look at it, I'll think about, okay, did I do well? Did I not do well? What are the goods and bads? And then I do research to figure out, like, how do I get better? And it's a lot of that right now. A lot of that just like churning and burning to figure out, okay, how do I ramp up this skill that I want to utilize, that I want to make part of my repertoire? And I will say it's a lot of fun.
This sounds
Like,
like
I
a
like it
great
a lot.
process, but I do hope that you have a little bit of grace with yourself, because comparing yourself to Travis is not fair. You know? Like,
Just
No,
a
not at
little
all.
more experience. Just
Exactly.
smidge,
A tad bit.
You know,
right?
A tad
book or
bit.
2.
You
Yeah.
do
Yes.
have a great voice, Michael.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, that's a good advantage you've got there, and it is a huge learning process. Having been in close touch with Alan Walker as he was doing my audiobooks for me, and it was his first
Great job, by the
time
way.
being an audiobook narrator, which you listened to actually. Yeah, you listened to Alan.
That was his first?
That was The Way of Dan was his first ever audiobook narration.
Wow. I'm even more impressed now because I really liked the narration on that. I thought he did a really good job.
So, are you doing voices like are you doing character voices or are you going to do a straightforward?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you are. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
I'm a
I'm so
huge
excited.
D&D nerd. I was a longtime DM. I do character voices for every single character. I'm a player right now in D&D, and right now my character has like this like Southern cowboy accent that I've been enjoying the hell out of. Um, the
Really?
challenging
Really?
part
Boy,
is
that sounds like something that would be fun to hear.
I know. I was gonna say maybe you should introduce
Are we gonna hear any
your
of these?
character right now.
sure, sure. So, wow, I'm so nervous right now.
Michael's
you on
like,
the
I
spot
am
now."
not putting Nicholas on any more live streams.
It's like you're
This
done.
man
Yeah, right?
is
Yeah.
banned. But no, my character is Thaloran Crowmire. He is a warlock and a paladin. He used to worship a goddess of luck, but now he just is now on a different path, and he's trying to just figure out his life. And
That
that's the
combined
voice
with
that I
the
use for
tie
him.
and the vest is giving such like a Southern gentleman vibe.
Right,
Am
right.
I wrong?
No, no.
I love it.
100%.
That's so good.
Yep.
I suck at voices and accents and all of that. I find it so impressive. Like,
Thank you. I
done,
love
well done.
accents.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I like
Really, the biggest challenge I'm finding with accents is having different varieties of the same accent for different characters. So, for those of you who have read Crownfall so far, there are mostly two nations, two ethnicities that we're dealing with. The people on the island, Barunt, which I'm just using like American accents, just different voices for those characters. But then I have this entire foreign empire. And in my head, while I've been writing the story, I've always thought of their accents as being like Eastern European, like Russian, Slavic, just like different varieties of that Eastern European conglomeration. So I've had previous D&D characters where I do those kind of accents. One of my favorite characters of all time was named Vermac, and I absolutely love him. But I only have like two varieties of that kind of accent at first. So now I have to think like, okay, how do I do one of an older person, a younger person, a man, a woman, someone who's wealthy, someone who's not, of that type of accent? And that's part of the learning curve of what I'm doing, because I have like one of my POV characters is from that empire. But then there's a lot of other characters that are also from that empire, from different walks of life. And I'm trying to like study other people like Travis to see like what do they do when they run into this. I think another great example of this is the Blackfire Blade. I don't know if you guys have read it, but the audiobook, they have they travel to another country, and they have a lot of people that do have that similar like Russian, Eastern European accents going on. And I've listened to clips from that book over and over again to be like, okay, this random person that we're never going to see again, he uses just generic accent. But then for this character, they have a very unique accent within that dialect, and they stand out. And that seems to be how they do it. And that's the kind of stuff like I'm studying to figure out how to do all these things. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. But if I do Crownfall and I enjoy the entire process from start to finish, I'm seriously considering going and be like, hey, I do this. Would anybody else be willing to give me a shot at their book? Let's see what happens.
100%. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like once you've got your process all ironed out and stuff, and if you're enjoying it and having fun with it, obviously you're good at doing the voices. Like,
thank you.
why not? You know,
Right.
got the whole setup, the recording setup.
Yeah, it helps that I have a podcast so that I have all this stuff already.
Right.
That's right. I feel like I would probably also be trying to find. I mean, the picking from that book is brilliant, and I don't know that I would have thought about that. That's genius. But I think I'd be looking for like specific people too, like maybe like for Eastern European, maybe Zelensky from Ukraine. There's like definitely videos of him talking. Although it would be interesting to compare like any modern speech to. Did you guys know that he used to be like a talk show host? Like he was
Yeah, he used to be,
Ukraine's
like, an
equivalent of
actor and
Jon
stuff.
Stewart. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's in this terrible position. Poor guy. You should see it in his face.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I've like, you know, I used to joke with my brother with accents a lot, but I feel like having them, creating them for the book and then maintaining them throughout the entire course of the book is the thing that like intimidates me, you know?
Yeah, and that's
100%.
definitely the types of stuff that I'm trying to figure out. And
Yeah.
when you're like creating an accent for a character, whether this is like for narration or D&D or whatever you want, I definitely find it very helpful to find a character or a person that you want to try to emulate their voice, and just listen to stuff, and you'll listen to one line and then you try to say it and then you listen to it again. Like for that Vermac character that I used to play a long time ago, I took Braum from the League of Legends video game,
yes.
and it's just like, stand behind the Braum, and I'm just
Yeah,
like, oh, I love that. That's exactly what I want. Please, I'm gonna
Same.
try to learn that accent.
Amazing.
It's so
Same.
fun.
Yeah.
That would be, again, like me and my
That's so
brother just
good.
joking. That would be us with like every different accent that Robin Williams would do, and then
Oh my
also
God, I
like
can't keep up with that, man.
right, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger. You got to have that in your repertoire, you know. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
lots of
You have to have the classics.
yeah, right, exactly.
That's table
Have you-
stakes, all
have you
right.
taken-
Yeah.
Have you taken over like a closet in your house somewhere for like soundproofed and all that, or how are you doing this technically?
I briefly considered doing that. What I ended up doing was I have a portable closet, a portable booth that I made out of PVC pipe and moving blankets. That is now, it was up in this room in my office, but I moved it down into my bedroom because it can get a little warm up here in the middle of summer. And then when you surround yourself by moving blankets
yeah.
and you have to turn off all the fans because you don't want any of the fan noise, it got a little toasty. So I had to move it downstairs so it wouldn't be so bad.
Just picturing you stuck in your little blanket sauna, sweating. And
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm just,
Although-
literally, blood, sweat, and tears have gone into the sauna.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
like, you guys.
I do feel now I need to tell my kids that like there's a career opportunity there. You can work inside of a blanket fort, you know? like,
Right?
Yeah.
Goals.
Michael, I think you muted
You're
yourself.
muted somehow, Michael. Yeah.
that's because there's a mute button on my thingy, and when I was gripping the mic, I hit it.
So good.
Hopefully that doesn't
noise.
happen while you're recording your audiobook.
Oh,
It has.
Do you-
I try not to touch the mic when I'm
Yeah.
recording it. It's.
do you have
too
like
scary.
does the waveform, because like when Travis and Jeff do it, like you can see their shared screen and it shows the waveform right as they're going. Do you see that too with whatever software you're using?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It,
alright.
it definitely helps with the sound levels. I will say the more technical thing that's like more of that what I'm trying to pay attention to is really like things like sibilants and like your plosives, which that's like your S's and your T's and your
Right, anytime you
P's
have
and
a
your
pop.
B's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like there's so many things you can do about that technology wise to fix that. But the most effective thing is to just stop doing it in your mouth. And you've been talking. I'm 35 years old. I've been talking for, a while. I know how to speak, but now I have to relearn how to talk so I don't hit those so hard, but
Yeah.
hard
all,
enough that
all
they
while
still
you're doing
exist.
all those accents. too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't imagine why it's so challenging. I don't
Not
see the
at all.
problem.
Like with writing, my respect for narrators has grown immensely since I've
Yeah.
started with this. Same thing happened when I started writing, where I was just like, God damn, these authors, they've been through some shit.
You've been through some
This is hard.
can't write trauma without living through some, right?
Apparently.
Right.
We're talking blanket fort trauma now.
It's a whole new echelon. We've graduated.
I need to comfort my inner child. That's all I know.
Fact.
And luckily, I've been able to do it with this stuff, so it's been a lot of fun. But no, like, I feel like having an expression of creativity outside of writing has been really helpful. I think it will take less time eventually.
Sure,
And I
yeah,
think
of
I'll be able to
course.
bounce off those two
Yeah.
things and just try to push back like creative burnout by trying different things, expressing in different ways. How do you guys prevent creative burnout though? Because like between like writing and podcasting and just creating content in general and other creative pursuits that you might have, like how do you guys keep the longevity going? Nicholas, you want to start with us?
I go anyway, do it anyway. But like, I mean, that's not the serious answer. I don't know. I feel like you're saying like some balance is good. I think like give yourself. My advice to anyone that's experiencing this, like, give yourself a little bit of grace. It's okay. Like even though we're like, man, I got to get the next book out. I got to do the next video, whatever. listen, the world's not going to fall apart if you spend a night playing a video game with your brother, like it's going to be okay, right? That's number one. Number two, be kind to yourself when setting deadlines. I think that is helpful also. Deadlines can be great. Goals are good, good motivator, but like, let's not kill ourselves here either. And then number three, I think, I recently gave myself permission to like spend an evening with like a different writing project than my main writing project. And that was like,
that's a good one.
It helped so much, honestly, because I was like, oh, this can be fun again. It doesn't have to like feel like work, I can just do this because this idea is kind of fun right now, So those things helped, but I'm very curious to hear what the rest of you think too.
Philip, you want to take it next?
Sure. Yeah. First of all, you will get faster at the audiobook thing. Just to give you a reference, Alan took a whole year to do the first book, which is the shortest. And then he did the next one in like half that time, and it's a lot longer. And then the third one in even less time, and that's the longest of the three. So yeah, you definitely get better at it. So you're definitely going to get there. But I think Nicholas said a lot of very wise things there. Yeah, I mean, you if you're feeling burned out, then that's your signal to step away, maybe, and that passion will be rekindled, no doubt. Another important thing is to make sure you're paying close attention to your relationships and the people in your life, that you're not neglecting them for, this dream is very important, but they're more important at the end of the day. And they're your biggest supporters too, I have no doubt. But those relationships should be the number one priority. And then comes the dream of writing and all of this. So that's the only thing I want to add to what Nicholas said.
No, that's absolutely true. Like, you got to live your life outside of writing, because so much of writing is just like an act of empathy. And if you don't understand the life outside of writing, you can't bring that into the stories that you make. Like, some of the greatest things from the Adan trilogy are like the things that relate to our real life world and how like human those experiences are. And you definitely got to live your life outside to bring it in there.
Yeah, those emotions come from living life and loving people. Yeah.
Exactly. What about you, MJ?
Yeah, I mean, agreed. Doubling down on everything that they've said, but I think the final piece of the puzzle for me is having some creative outlet that I'm not performing for daddy capitalism. Right? So, the last time I got burnt out, which was actually right around, it was like 2024, late 2023, early 2024, I gave myself a challenge to write a poem a day for 100 days. I am bad at poetry. I'm bad at poetry. I am never. Those poems are not going to see the light of day, right? Like, they're not good. But I was like, every day, I'm like, okay, today I'm going to write a little sonnet. Today I'm going to write a haiku. Today I wrote a song one of the days. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I was just playing and remembering that it can be fun and I can play when I'm not trying to sell it, right? And then so I'm actually in a state of burnout right now because, well, post book release, right? It happens. It's
that's true.
It's a huge launch, and I also moved house the week before the book came out. Don't do that. Bad idea. Can't imagine why that was stressful. But what I'm doing right now is like I've just started doing a bunch of like little crafty things around my house. Like I was telling Michael, I took one of my closet doors off the closet and I spent like 4 hours last night stenciling a bunch of patterns all over it, and I'm gonna paint it. Like, I can't sell that. I am literally just playing and doing something artistic and creative just for the sake of it. And I think that is an important burnout recovery tool as well.
Nice.
That's fair. You put a lot of effort into Kill Switch Protocol. An amazing sci-fi book, if anybody's looking for one, by the way. Definitely like cyberpunk, down with the corporation vibes. It's very up there.
Yeah, speaking of sticking it to daddy capitalism.
Exactly. And the audiobook was really good. Speaking of audiobooks, I really enjoyed the audiobook of that one.
Yeah, I did not do that. If that for comforting for everyone. No one wants to listen to this for 10 hours.
I don't know about that, but
I think you're wrong.
yeah, right, I'm pretty sure the analytics don't bear that out. But um, I like that you mentioned poetry. I'm curious, do any of you do journaling also? Because I've started to pick up journaling a little bit, and I feel like that's a good way for me to get some try to get back into the flow of ink on a paper. You know?
Hmm.
Any of you guys do
I,
that?
I like to warm up with like some light journaling sometimes.
Yeah.
To me, journaling is super useful for two things. One, my brain is a knot of emotions and I just need to get them out, and putting them on paper is the easiest way for me to understand like how do I feel about this complex situation. But two, it's also just a nice little warm up for like the words aren't coming. So I'm just going to write my thoughts. I'm just going to stream of consciousness. I'm looking at this coffee cup right here. The coffee cup is half full. This is what it looks like. Just warming up the brain for describing things and just trying to get in that mindset. Those are the two things I love journaling for.
Yeah, the last time I've fallen off with my journaling again. Don't tell my therapist. But it's it is a useful exercise, and I think that the most fun that I had journaling was when I just let myself be like super wanky about it. And I had a journal where every day I would make the day into a metaphor, like today was a hurricane, whatever. Like just be super like a total wanker on paper, because again, no one's gonna read it,
Right,
and
right.
it actually did help me like later with my writing, because I could then, it's just sometimes the right metaphor doesn't come to mind. And if I have like a whole repertoire of a billion of them, some of them are stupid, but a couple of them are pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
What about you, Philip? Have you tried journaling before?
No, I've never journaled. I have written a number of poems, though.
Oh,
There a few are in the Dan trilogy, actually.
that is true.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I love poetry, and I think writing poetry is a great exercise for you to stretch yourself as a writer. So I love that idea, MJ. I think that's just a great idea you had there.
It was so fun. I would highly recommend. And I still have the little notebook, right? It was a specific notebook where I, wrote it by hand. Again, never going to share it. But yeah, if you're feeling burnt out, anyone.
No, that's kind of nice though, because then like you kind of just give yourself permission to not take yourself so seriously, be a little silly, try to do something that you might be a little uncomfortable with, and it's fine because it's just for you and no one else needs to see it. It's just pure expression, which I think a lot of people really miss out on, especially as like we get older and become adults and just
well,
continue
and now
on
we're
with our
living
lives.
in this like massive panopticon age, right? Where like everything we do,
Good
we
word.
have to assume. Thank you. It's almost like we're all writers.
I like words.
But like you have to assume at all times that you're being watched, basically, or maybe it could be recorded, or whatever. I can't do that because someone's gonna put me acting silly or dancing on TikTok or whatever. So I do think, yeah, to your point, I'm gonna get back into journaling. All right, guys, you won me over.
We did it secretly. You don't
You're
know this. We've
welcome,
been
MJ's
hired by your
therapist.
therapist. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are like, all right, we're send me
Got
the bill.
her. Oh my
So
God. Somehow we have already been on here for an hour, which has entirely shocked me. But guys, this has been really fun. I really appreciate all you being here to help me celebrate my 100th episode for Author Adjacent. If you guys like, we can go around the horn real quick. You can tell people where they can find you, where they can find your books. MJ, you want to start us off?
Sure. You can find me mjkoon.com or on Instagram at mjkoonbooks, or you can find SFF Addicts at SFF Addicts Pod on Instagram and all the other socials. The podcast actually posts elsewhere. I do not. And then or on YouTube here at FanFi Addict, the YouTube channel.
Thank you, MJ. And Philip, we're going to go around to you.
Okay, so my YouTube channel is Philip Chase, The Best of Fantasy. I'm on Blue Sky and X and Instagram as Philip Chase 90. And the books you can find, basically the physical books, any online bookseller. The ebook is Amazon only, and the audiobooks are Amazon or Audible. And the audiobooks are available for the 3 books of the trilogy, and soon also for While Darkness Gathers. Thank you, Michael. While Darkness, that was a lovely review you wrote, by the way. I really liked that.
Oh, thank you.
A lot. Yeah. But yeah, the While Darkness Gathers, the little sequel, that audiobook should be out sometime in the fall as well. It's being produced by Bell Works Audio by my friend Brian over at Belltube. It has got an audiobook company going, so if any indie authors out there are looking for getting their audiobooks made from their books, then Brian might be a person you want to hit up. So yeah.
Yeah, reach out to him. That's awesome. Nicholas, round us off.
All right, I'm Nicholas W. Fuller. Probably the easiest place to find all my links is on my website, nicholaswfuller.com. But you can follow me on Instagram. I started a book talk now, finally getting off my boomer rocking chair and setting up my book talk. So would appreciate some follows there. Nicholas W. Fuller and Nerdy Nebula podcast on YouTube. And on the website, you can check out my book Shattered. Got some more writing on my Patreon. You can check out my Discord. I got a fun community with some of these fine folks hanging out there. And this has been a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, again, thank you all for coming. Like, this is the first live. It went really well. You were all wonderful guests. Thank you all so much for coming.
Yeah,
really appreciate
congratulations, Michael. This is so exciting. Happy 100. We love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And yes, folks, if you didn't know what you've been listening to this whole time, this has been Author Adjacent. New episodes every Friday. You can find me on all the social medias at Michael_Vadney. And until next time, let's be Author Adjacent together. And now we just smile and wave.
Got it. Got it.